To enter data in an empty input field, click anywhere in the empty input field. The cursor jumps to the beginning of the field. Type in the data. If the screen you are working in contains any required input fields, you must enter data in these input fields before you can proceed to the next screen or to the next tab. Generally, if a screen has no required input fields, you can go to the next screen or tab without entering data in any fields. Some screens, however, have required input fields that are not identified. This situation can occur if you enter data in an optional field that has required fields associated with it. When you press OK to proceed to another screen, if you have not completed all the required input fields on a screen, the SAP system displays an error message in the status bar. At the same time, it places the cursor in the required input field so you can enter the required data. You can change data in an input field by either switching the data entry mode to overwrite and typing over the data in the field, or highlighting the entry in the insert mode and typing the new data. Some input fields contain data that is for display only. You cannot change or delete data in these input fields. Input fields whose background is the same color as the background of the screen contain data that cannot be changed. To enter information in the SAP system, you must sometimes choose between several options. In some cases, you can select only one option. In others, you can select more than one. When you can select only one, the options are identified by radio buttons. When you can select more than one, the options are identified by checkboxes. To select an option, click the radio button next to the option. The selected radio button is now filled in. To change your selection, click on a different radio button. The original button is now empty and the new selection is filled in. To select a radio button using the keyboard, use the Tab key to move to the group of options. Use the upward and downward arrow keys to move the desired option, and then press the spacebar on your keyboard. To select one or more options, click the checkboxes next to each desired option. The selected checkboxes now contain a check mark. To deselect a checkbox containing a check mark, click it again. The check mark disappears. To select a checkbox using the keyboard, use the Tab key to go to the group of options. Use the upward and downward arrow key to go to each desired option and press the spacebar on your keyboard. To deselect a checkbox containing a check mark, use the arrow keys to go to the option and press the spacebar. The check mark will disappear.